Welcome to Snowflake 2023. My name is Daniel Myers, Developer Relations here at Snowflake, and today I'm really excited coming at you live from the booth floor. I'm with Patrick Howerter, CEO of My Data Outlet. Patrick, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me here, Daniel.
So tell me all about what does My Data Outlet do and what makes it different?
My Data Outlet develops a software development kit called MDO that really focuses on making investment data easy to use for investment research by making it so you can start building factors and building models right away without having to write the underlying SQL code that you usually have to use in order to access your investment data databases.
Beautiful. So you've built a Snowflake native app. Tell me more about that and what makes that different?
So we built our application on native apps because it really made a lot of sense for us as a company. We've already been actually building our SDK using SQL Server with a lot of different data vendors. But what was unique about Snowflake was the data sharing technology, because at the end of the day, we're trying to help our end users use their third-party data much more efficiently, which Snowflake does very well via their data sharing technology. Now that we have native apps, we can also share application kind of the same way as a data share, where anybody that has a Snowflake account can go in and get our app and install it and use it on the Snowflake platform, kind of similarly to the way you would do that on, let's say, an iPhone with an app store.
So it's really going to be a game changer for how accessible and easy it is to get up and running with your product. So tell me more about why you decided to build that native app. You mentioned, the native data sharing capabilities and things like that. Dive into that a little bit more.
Sure. So now that we have this available, we can build out our software in a way that we know our end users can configure it and it will work easily. What's new about this version of native apps, because we've been actually on the private preview program for over a year, is that we can distribute streamlit apps. So, for example, with our SDK, our end users interact with what we call the power strip, and that's basically a data dictionary of what our end users are looking at and what they have available within their Snowflake environments. We can distribute that native app, and they can use it through a browser using their Snowflake account rather than needing to configure another application server. And the same thing holds true with our end users that use our Python library. We've just released our MDO Snow API, which is utilizing Snowpark data frames, which again is one less thing for our end users to manage. They don't need an application server to be running some very labor and data intensive queries.
So it really seems like you've built out this SDK that makes it really easy for your users to use this financial data, things like that. Tell me more about kind of what's next. What's in the pipeline that your customers should get really excited about.
Sure. I mean, it's just now that we have this framework built out, we can really kind of turn up the dial on how many data sets that we're integrating into our SDK. So our clients can experience a really quick process of evaluating data that's built on Snowflake. And because we're helping them with the underlying SQL code that they no longer have to take care of, we think it's a very powerful delivery system, because the type of work that they can do from onboarding new data sets to putting it into production using this native apps framework, they can do that within the matter of a few days versus what has been traditionally done that might take a few months, even with a really quality data team.
That's pretty powerful. Yeah, thanks for joining me here today and talking to me all about My Data Outlet and how you've built this native app.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thank you.